Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this New York crowd wants some love from their Knicks. Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
Inside, and Duren slams it in.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height. Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Down low, Duren, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Outside, Towns. Rebounded by the Pistons. To the paint. Here's Harris. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. Shot from 6. And there's the bucket as Brunson finishes it off.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with him.
Duren a screen. Thompson outside. Bridges with the steal. From the arc. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
A capable shooter from all three levels, and Bridges with the smooth release.
To the middle. Stolen by Robinson. From down low. And again, it's New York.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Cunningham outside. Back to Harris. The Pistons working the ball around now. Robinson for 3. Robinson pulls it in. The Knicks leading by 5. Right, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player, and also they've become a great defensive team.
No hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
Pass to Harris. Now Cunningham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here we go. The fast break. Brunson's got it. And it's Shamet missing. Pistons trailed by 5. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And he can make some jaw-dropping plays. Cunningham loves to get to the 10 and finish with authority.
Bridges misses.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Cunningham drives in. Harris outside. Detroit needs to get off a shot. No good. That would have tied it. The Knicks leading by 3. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Yes, New York's head coach and I were able to chat. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
With how fast Brunson plays, his pull-up is really unguardable. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
In the corner, Shamet with it. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the Knicks good for 2.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Harris outside. Cunningham on the wing. Back to Robinson. Bridges with the steal. Here's Brunson. Towns is doubled. Looking for Cunningham, and he gets it there. Pass to Thompson. To the inside. Here's Robinson. Out to Thompson. On the wing, Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Harris has got 9 points.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Jalen Brunson has been on display.
13.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Knicks.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
Robinson for 3. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
The Knicks leading by 5. The high post shot. And again, it's New York.
And he's got the confidence. Brunson playing out of his mind.
Out to Harris. From downtown. Detroit, no good that time either. Brunson, that's a 2-pointer. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
Pass to Duren. Count that one. Duren's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Pistons trailed by 5. Duren a screen. Thompson in the corner. Inside. Stolen by Robinson. Brunson right side. Over Thompson. Brunson with another miss. Now here's Cunningham. Here's Duren.
Just a fantastic decision maker. Cunningham giving it up in that 2-man set.
Takes it from 10. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Brunson's got 6 here in this quarter. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Pistons trailed by 5. To the paint. Outside for Robinson. Bridges with the steal. Pass to Shamet. Back to Brunson. And stolen by Thompson. Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Well, not all turnovers are created equal. Live ball turnovers lead to that.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Karl Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. Kevin?
They are relentless. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Robinson for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Robinson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Towns missing.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
2 minutes remaining.
Now, here's Cunningham. And the dunk by Stewart.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Here's Bridges. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Down low. Harris's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Brunson with a clean look. Brunson for 3. Likes the look and drains it.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the 3, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly. And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
Cunningham looking it over. Doubled by Bridges. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Drains the three-pointer. Robinson's got the lead up to 3 now for Detroit. "17 seconds left to play here in the half. And it's Shamet missing. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 6 here in this quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Pistons on top. They lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Pass to Robinson. Back to Cunningham. Outside for Robinson. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
3-point goal.
Robinson's got the first basket of the third quarter for Detroit. Pulls it from 20. The shot's good from Brunson. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, and that can be as difficult as anything.
And that one's good. Brunson.
That's his game. Brunson is dangerous from just about everywhere.
Cunningham left side. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul. And the Pistons making a change here. On the wing, Harris. From deep. It's rebounded by New York. It's stolen by Cunningham. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Robinson misses. Knicks trailed by 7. For 3, Harris. Reed. Outside for Robinson. Harris with it. Now guarded by Towns. Shot clock at 6. Cunningham up top. 8 points for him. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Detroit substitution. Jordan. Harris LeVert.
Brunson outside. Shoots over Duran. Brunson no good. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
And Detroit with another turnover here. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the floor.
Knicks trailed by 7. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Harris a screen. The 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Brunson missing. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And here's Harris from the arc. Robinson pulls it in. The 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Got a piece of it. Pass to Harris. Here's Jenkins. Shot clock at 5. Back to Harris. Over Bridges. Harris missing again.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
And how about the confidence right there? Towns feeling like he can shoot whenever and wherever he wants.
On the wing, Harris. LeVert in the corner. Detroit, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Bridges shot.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's LeVert. Still yet to score.
Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Here's Edwards. The baseline Jay. And he gets the jumper to drop. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Now here's Edwards. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
James with the ball. Randall's in his pocket. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Minnesota on D. 4-point game. Outside Reeves. Back to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's James. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Edwards. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him about LeBron James and what his team's defensive game plan was against him, and he said to me, hope and pray that he misses a majority of his shots. With LeBron, there's only so much you can do against him, but we're going to do our best. We'll see what happens here tonight. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Hachimura sets a screen. Inside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. Here's Doncic. Left side Reeves. 6 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot to win the drought. 8, no good. And here's Minnesota now. Pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Over James. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here he goes. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Knifing to the rim with such power. Watching LeBron on the attack is so much fun.
Here's Randall. Hachimura with a rebound.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And here's Edwards. Give him 8. Minnesota again missing. James outside. There's the drive. And it's James with the jam.
It doesn't get much better than that. LeBron putting some muscle on the slam.
Edwards, no good. Lakers trail by 4. To the paint. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
Pass to Ayton. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And they're pushing it up. Randall with it. Picked up by Reeves. Randall, good.
And yeah, Randall is absolutely a threat from in between. Something the D has to recognize and adjust accordingly.
It's Reeves with the drive.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
Doncic outside. Clock at 6. Hachimura up top. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Shot is good by Reeves.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Randall. James with the rebound. Here's Reeves. And fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game now. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Doncic gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And Edwards slams it in.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Here's James. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Once James gets the ball in close, it's game over. Put up those 2 points.
And Edwards slams it in.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Thanks for joining us on this 2K broadcast.
Here we go.
Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Here's Fears. Down low. And the basket by Williamson. When it comes to these two teams, Grant, you have to expect they'll be relying on their front courts to get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's right, B.A. It should be an old-fashioned battle amongst the bigs. And whoever gets the edge in that matchup, I think gets the W. But we'll see.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
Pass to Fears. There's a screen. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Here's Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. Puts one up from 19. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Right side Edwards. It's Edwards on the wing. On the mark with the 15-footer.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. And that's now 6 points for Anthony Edwards.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
An area of the floor where Jaden McDaniels really excels. Defense.
Yeah, he's a strong perimeter defender. He's got great length, good anticipation, and he's competitive. I mean, those are the things that allow him to shut guys down on occasion.
Now here's Williamson. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Edwards with it. The baseline J is on the way. And the shot no good, a bit short. Williamson outside. And stolen by Edwards. The three. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Inside. Pass to Queen. And that one is hammered home.
He may not be the biggest center in the league, but he sure can jump.
Here's Randall. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 lbs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you, Ryan.
Has them bought in. Thanks much for the report, Allie. The Pelicans trail. Here's Williamson. DiVincenzo with a steal. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And that's now 8 points for Anthony Edwards.
On the front foot, attacking the defense. This is Anthony Edwards at his best.
Puts it up from 12. That one a little long. Pelicans trail by 4. .136 left to play in the first. Outside for Bay. From outside the arc. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Well, Grant, when Zion is doing what he does best, it changes everything for the Pels.
Yeah, he bends defenses and brings a force that few teams can answer. With him in rhythm, they're not just dangerous, they're different.
So timeout called here, the first for New Orleans. Here's New Orleans now. 6-point game. Here's Spears. No made baskets yet. Randall with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. From 12 feet. 2 points. That one goes. Edwards got 12 points in the game.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Williamson left side. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
Edwards. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Minnesota up 8. After this break, we'll be... If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Minnesota?
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far. really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball. Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Pass to Queen. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And here's Edwards outside. And it's Queen with a rebound. Pelicans trail by 10. Here's Fears. No points so far. Misfires on the corner three. Here's Edwards. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot. We've got the Detroit Pistons taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thanks for tuning in to NBA action with us. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. Here's Edwards. And it comes off the front of the rim. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Now here's Cunningham. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. Edwards looking it over. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
Pass to Harris. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Here's Edwards. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
And look, Edwards has a lethal pull-up game. It's one of the things that makes him so difficult to guard.
Down low. Cunningham, left side. Pass to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Launches a three. Now here's Robinson. From deep. Randall pulls down the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Edwards can't hit.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Outside Robinson. To the middle. Here's Duren. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Cunningham. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just feasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
And it's Detroit with the ball, following the score by Minnesota. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Duren, no good. Minnesota leading by 3. Here's Edwards. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
Cunningham outside. Driving inside. And the dunk by Duren.
Physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Goes up on the baseline. And too long on the shot. Pistons trail by 3. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. And the dunk by Duren.
Moving well. Duren working in the two-man game.
Here's Edwards. Again, the miss by Edwards. Cunningham looking it over. Out to Harris. Cunningham outside. Out to Harris. Jacks up a 3. Pure from 3-point range. Harris has got 6 points.
Yeah, the corner is a great spot for Harris. He works to get open over there. Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Now here's Cunningham. Harris outside. Randall with a steal. Edwards, that's good. 14 points for him.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Harris. 6 points for him. And the dunk by Duren.
He cheered. feels like Harris becomes more and more versatile. He's really working to get others involved.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Edwards. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. 8 seconds left in the opening quarter. Duran the screen. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
5 to shoot. Randall with a steal. Here's Edwards. Duran with a rebound. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Trailing by 2. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of...
Oh, a sensational slam by Amp.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Harris outside. DiVincenzo with the steal. Inside. Here's Edwards. Takes a 13-footer. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. We've seen Anthony Edwards dramatically increase his rate of three-point attempts.
Yeah, Brian, while also increasing his percentage. It makes him that much more dangerous as a scorer. We know he can finish around the rim, and that creates a pick-your-poison situation for the defense.
And it's Cunningham missing.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to...
Oh! A big finish right there!
Oh, my gosh, that was on another level. What a ferocious drive by Edwards, fending off the defense with ease there.
Pistons trail up by 8. Harris a screen. Oh, using his size. Look at Cunningham.
And Cunningham showing his game extends above the rim.
Here's Edwards. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
6 to shoot. The 3, here's Harris. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. He's stealing it. Rebound Detroit. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Duran. Fires it from 18. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Minnesota leading by 8. Puts it up from 15. He squares up and sinks it. Edwards has got 10 points in the quarter.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor when shooting that jumper.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Pistons are improving on both ends, but particularly on defense. Cade Cunningham said, everybody is stepping up on that end and taking the challenge to guard. We have a good system that allows us all to play our strengths. We're still hungry, though. We're not satisfied at all. Back to you.
More to prove. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Off target from the baseline. Pistons trail up by 10. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
Outside McDaniels.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And here's Edwards. He's got 26. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
They get it again. Out to Harris. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Edwards, no good. Pistons trail by 10 to win the drought. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And Minnesota with possession here. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Here's Edwards. Good on the baseline, Cade. Edwards got 12 now in this quarter.
Yeah, Edwards rarely passes on a chance to get his team points. He loves making an offensive impact.
And Minnesota making a change here. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. Cunningham, right side. Pass to Robinson. They get the rebound. And here's Harris. Detroit moving the ball around. Cunningham outside. Back to Harris. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Now into the lineup for the Pistons.
We've got 33 seconds left in the second. Edwards can't hit. Pistons trail up by 12. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Cunningham with the ball. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Here's Edwards. Fader on the way. Good. Edwards got 30.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Robinson. Nice D from Reed. Edwards gets the bucket. Edwards has got 32 points in the game.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Shot from 16. The putback. Left side Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. Tries again. And Thompson puts it in.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Here's Edwards. The rebound by Detroit. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
To the paint. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Pass to Stewart. Here's Jenkins. Back to Stewart. Puts it up from the high post. And that one's good. Stewart's got his first points of the game.
great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
Here's Randall. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Pistons trail up by 14. Thompson right side. Here's Stewart. Out to Thompson. Pass to Jenkins. Now Stewart. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. The Timberwolves lead by 14. And Stan, the Pistons' J.B. Bickerstaff, the runner-up last season for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, instead it went to Kenny Atkinson, who replaced him in Cleveland. But B.A. talking about landing on your feet, Bickerstaff showing again he can turn things around.
Pass to Robinson. Let's go with a three. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his...
Whoa!
Oh, sweet move.
Well, just look at that power. Edwards is unbelievable.
Here's Cunningham. It's blocked by Gobert. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by the Pistons. Cunningham on the wing. Thompson outside. Harris outside. They get it back. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here we go, all alone. Oh! Glad you could join us for our broadcast of NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Pass to Hachimura. Off with the layup. And here's Minnesota now. Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
Doncic, no good. Right side, Edwards. Shoots over Ayton. Edwards gets the bucket. Edwards gotten his second bucket.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
The Lakers with a rebound.
Working from medium range, he was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, he was just a skosh late on the contest. That's going to be a goaltend for sure.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Into the... Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
James with the ball. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now, here is James. Pass to Ayton. Back to Hachimura. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. 5 to shoot. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Here's Edwards. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
Composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
James attacking, and it's Gobert with a rebound.
He's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's great defense right there.
Yep, count it. Edwards has got 10 points in the game.
He knows he can get his shot anytime he wants, and he also knows he has the green light.
And he makes it.
You know, once he takes that first step, LeBron is virtually unstoppable. Raw athleticism gives him the upper hand.
Here's Edwards. The Lakers with a rebound. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Hachimura sets a screen. James with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
James attacking. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He's set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
Just 4 to shoot. Goes back up. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Timberwolves lead by 6. And here's Edwards. He's got 12. Over Reeves. Edwards, no good.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
James goes in. And Gobert with a block.
No surprise Gobert sent that shot back.
Lets it fly from 18. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 14.
Operating in that mid-range area that time. No real shot contest.
He takes it in. Out to Hachimura. And here's Doncic outside. Randall pulls down the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Lakers trail by 8. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Man, I like seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Here's Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's Los Angeles now. Doncic with it. Randall's in his pocket. Out to Hachimura. They grab their own miss. Outside Reeves. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Timberwolves.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far, the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
It's good. Edwards has got 16 points now. And one thing about this game, Grant, on any given night, you can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., it just shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out. Every team in the league has quality players, so if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
tough guy to stop when he gets it rolling. Edwards always trying to gain momentum.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. The Timberwolves lead by 10. And here's Edwards outside. And Ayton pulls it down. And so Smart will bring it up for Los Angeles. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you so much. The Lakers are trying to maximize what LeBron James has left in the tank. Coach J.J. Redick said, when you get to coach one of the greatest players ever, you take a lot of joy and pride and excitement in that. And it's my job to help him in these last few innings of his career. Back to you, Brian.
A rare opportunity. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Doncic on the take. Hachimura outside. Pass to Ayton. 6 to shoot. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Ayton with a screen. Doncic right side. Pass to Ayton. McDaniels with a steal. And they're on the run. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Now here's Hachimura. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And Clark, for all the excitement around acquiring Luka Doncic, now the Lakers hoping to get him back to the NBA Finals.
Yep, his youth sets them up for the future, BA, but with LeBron James in the fold, they still want to try to win now.
And Edwards slams it in.
Rising up for the throwdown, major hops from Edwards.
On the wing, Reeves. No made baskets yet. Hachimura. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
And Edwards puts up a deep 3. It's Hayes with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Doncic. DiVincenzo with a steal. Here's Edwards. Muscling it up and in. Edwards.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And the Lakers making a change here. Left side Reeves. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Here's Conley. Now Edwards. He's got 25. Stolen by Ingles. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Ayton. Doncic pulls down the board. Lakers trail by 14. Powering through. LeBron. Good on the shot. James has got 10.
His overall size and strength really sets James apart from the rest of his peers when you think about his skill set inside.
Driving inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle. This is his second trip to the line in the game. Clark, over the last few seasons, LeBron's three-point shooting has been more efficient than ever.
Yeah, how about this, BA? Since 24, he's right around 40% from deep on 5 attempts per game. So that's really impressive. And, you know, a guy like him, his greatness, part of his greatness is how he continues to reinvent his game, making modest modifications to what he does.
And Ayton with the stuff.
You're looking at Ayton using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
Minnesota again missing. Lakers trail by 10. On the wing, Reeves. Hachimura sets a screen. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
James banked it in off the glass. James has got 12 points.
Yet another stellar night for LeBron offensively so far. In some ways, he's just unstoppable.
From deep, Conley. Here's Gobert. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's Dillingham. Doncic grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 6. James goes in.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Here's Dillingham. Pass to Clark. And the layup is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
And stolen by Clark. From the corner. Dillingham, no good. And James has got the ball here for the Lakers. Kleber outside. From the arc. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. And so now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Outside, DiVincenzo. Clark outside. Let's go with a 3. On target from range. Clark's got 5 points in the quarter.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson. He didn't have his feet planted.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Gotta be careful how you guard Ayton. He's so creative at finding ways to draw fouls.
As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
An area of the floor where Jaden McDaniels really excels. Defense.
Yeah, he's a strong perimeter defender. He's got great length, good anticipation, and he's competitive. I mean, those are the things that allow him to shut guys down on occasion.
Out to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McDaniels. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton tucks it last. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Over James. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 6. Pass to Clark. Takes a 3. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels got 4 points in the quarter.
attacking right away. And Daniels wasting no time there.
For three, DiVincenzo. Rebound by the Lakers. Outside Reeves. Here's James. Ooh, that's easy work for LeBron inside.
You know, he may have a scorer's mindset, but Reeves makes plays for others, too.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. LeBron wants his respect. He said the work that goes into still playing at this level has to be respected. They say, would you rather be loved or respected? For me, it's always about respect. People can lie and say they love you, but you can always gauge when someone is not respecting you. Back to you.
He's earned it. Allie, thank you. Back to James. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Back to Ayton. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great deed. Minnesota leading by 7. Randall inside. Minnesota again missing. And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Pass to Ayton. The layup off target. 1:41 left in the third. Basket counts. Edwards got 27 points. Doncic on the wing. Inside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's Edwards. Hachimura with a rebound. Lakers trail by 9. Now here's Smart. Pass to Ayton. Kicks it to Doncic. And stolen by Gobert. It's stolen by Doncic. Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. And Ayton gets it to go.
Yeah, when you let Ayton get the ball close, it's over. DeAndre is just too skilled.
Pass to Gobert. It's McDaniels on the wing. Gobert. McDaniels got room. Gets to the corner and hits it. 6 points now in the game for Jaden McDaniels. So it's Los Angeles now. 9-point game. For three, DiVincenzo. Smart grabs the miss. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter here. To the inside. Ayton.
Well, I tell you what, the big guy knows how to do that. Throw it down.
Outside Edwards. For three. The triple hits for Edwards.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Doncic with it. Out to the right wing. Outside Reeves. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the 3. Reeves has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Randall. That one off the back iron and out. Lakers trail by 7. And here's Doncic. With the drive. Pass to LaRavia. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And stolen by Reeves. DiVincenzo with a steal. Here's Edwards. The putback. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Reeves. It's Hayes with the rebound. And stolen by Edwards. Over Reeves. Edwards, no good.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
And it's Hachimura missing. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. They've led by as many as 14. Over Doncic. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Lakers trail by 7. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here he goes. Luka, too quick down the lane.
Love the way Doncic reads the defense, feels it out, sees the lane, doesn't hesitate to take advantage.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. Now Edwards shoots over Ayton. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. James inside. Kicks it to Doncic. Hachimura from long range. Reed with the rebound.
I think everybody in the building expected him to make that collective shot.
And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, it's no surprise Edwards has a football background, Clark. Just look at him.
Yeah, he is well put together, B.A. No question he could handle himself on the gridiron. You know, early on, he thought that would be his path. He's mentioned playing it professionally someday. How about that? I don't think it's a great idea, but interesting that he would even broach it. But if anybody could pull it off, he might be the guy. Doncic, so multifaceted, a stat sheet stuffer supreme. He does everything, including dropping dimes.
Back to Edwards. Clock at 6. Oh, it misses!
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Getting a good look. Edwards.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
James. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Outside DiVincenzo. Now Edwards. All sorts of time. Rebounded by Ayton. Lakers trail by 5. James, right side. Reeves. The 3 is in.
Cold-blooded by Austin Reeves. He doesn't shy away from coming up big in critical times.
And Minnesota making a change here. Here's Edwards. 1:43 left in the final quarter. Cash from downtown.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Doncic. Gobert pulls it down. Minnesota leading by 5. Edwards fires. No stopping him from 16 feet out. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now DiVincenzo. Can't get the 3.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Here's Edwards. Puts it up from 12. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Lakers. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Here's Ayton. James outside. 5 on the clock. McDaniels with a rebound. And Minnesota with possession here. Edwards jacks up a three. Not that time.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
Randall! So it's Minnesota picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought. So glad to have you on board for some hoops. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Parked it down low that time, got hit with the 3-second call. These are two teams with a clear identity, Grant. Defense is their backbone.
Oh, B.A., I don't expect to see many easy buckets between these two defenses. They're disciplined, hardworking, and gritty. And, of course, they make you work for everything.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Edwards. Banked it in off the glass. Edwards got 5 points.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. We talked about their defensive game plan for Giannis, and he told me the best way to guard Giannis is to keep him out of the paint and force him to be a jump shooter. The only problem is no one's figured out how to do that consistently. Giannis always seems to find a way to impose his will. Back to you, B.A.
And Allie, thanks. 3 on the clock. Kuzma for 3. And the Bucks miss again. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 7. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. The baseline J is on the way. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. A 3 from the inbound. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Randall outside for 3. Rebounded by Kuzma.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
The long strides of Giannis help him get down the court fast. A lethal player in transition.
Edwards for 3. Bucks trail by 5. Randall with a steal. Back to Edwards. It's stolen by Kuzma. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Green. Let's go with a 3. And he can't get that one. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Here's Edwards. And in 7 attempts, he's drained 3.
And sometimes Edwards makes defenses feel helpless. Tough shot there.
Now Turner, 3-pointer, and it's Gobert with a rebound. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Edwards. Oh, and Turner with a block.
A ferocious shot blocker. Turner provides a sense of security to the rest of his teammates.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Edwards. The baseline J is off the mark. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 7-point differential. Green for 3. He can't hit that time.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Good on the bucket. Edwards got 9 points.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Here's Rollins. No points yet. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, BA. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Following the score by Minnesota.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Pass to McDaniels. Over Antetokounmpo. Another one falls for Minnesota.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
In transition. Pulls up for 3. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Edwards. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. He's got 11.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line, and they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you. Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Pass to Turner. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
Stan, when you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, would you say he's one of the most unguardable players ever?
Well, B.A.'s certainly got to be in the conversation. Besides maybe Wemby, we haven't seen anyone like Giannis when it comes to length and those long strides especially. Plus, he has that strength, too.
Edwards, no good.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
The incomparable length. I mean, Giannis with those big strides and the reach to finish against anyone.
First team foul.
Now Edwards. 13 points in the game. Shoots over Turner. Minnesota again missing. Bucks trail by 12. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game. He said, quote, "I never initiate my offense from the high post. The doc told me that you can be very effective there. It's hard for people to show a crowd, and you're one step closer to the basket. I plan to stay there for the rest of my career." PA?
A new wrinkle. Okay, Allie, good stuff. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And A.J. Green is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
And here's Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And Grant, for everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
And you know, he hasn't had to, B.A. You want him inside, hitting on those high percentages, shutting down the lane defensively, and, of course, controlling the boards.
Outside McDaniels. Randall outside. Launches it. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Well, that was set up by the steal there. The activity we see from McDaniels on defense is always impressive.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Kuzma. Antetokounmpo, right side. Now Turner. And here's Green from the arc. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. McDaniels got 7 points in the game.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
Here's Edwards. Another one falls for Minnesota.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the bench.
And then Turner with the dunk.
And, you know, he's no stranger to physical play inside at either end. Turner's as tough as they come.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
It really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
Here's Edwards. And too long on the shot. The Bucks trail by 13. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Rollins. Now Green. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. And here's Turner. The three. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Turner's gotten his second bucket.
And this is today's NBA. Big men like Turner spacing the floor with great outside shooting.
Randall with a drive. Sweet little floater. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Turner. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's McDaniels. Shot is good off the back rim and in. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but he drained it.